solved. Some puzzles seem to defy space and time, common sense and probability. Great mysteries like the Bermuda Triangle, Area 51, and the creation of Stonehenge and the true identity of the infamous Jack the Ripper still fascinate the public today. There are lesser-known mysteries that also await resolution that are just as tantalizing to mystery hunters as they are to the general population. That is, of course, often the key to what makes mysteries and conspiracy theories so intriguing and popular, even years after the events occurred. This story is about one of those mysteries that defied belief, and for a good reason. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 has intrigued conspiracy theorists and alien invasion enthusiasts for years. On July 2, 1955, a plane took off from New York City carrying 57 passengers and 4 crew members destined for Florida. For a short while, the flight appeared to proceed normally until something bizarre occurred that changed the lives of everyone on board the plane. Without any communication or warning, Pan Am Flight 914 disappeared from the radar screens, and no one in the control tower back in New York could contact the plane's pilot or other personnel. It was as if the aircraft had never existed at all. Authorities scrambled to find the plane. They assumed the worst, that the plane had malfunctioned somehow and crashed. But despite the efforts of these men and women to find the location of the crash, no trace could be found. No wreckage was located, and no bodies or belongings from any of the passengers aboard were recovered. After months of investigation, authorities determined that the plane must have crashed into the sea, leaving no trace behind. The airline compensated the families of the passengers for the loss of their loved ones, and the case was assumed closed. Then, 37 years later, everything changed. On May 21st, 1992, air traffic controllers at the airport in Caracas, Venezuela were settling in for another day on the job. Suddenly, they noted the presence of a strange aircraft entering the airspace, but it had not been picked up by the airport's radar system. We could see the plane with our eyes, but according to the radar, it wasn't there, explained one of the air traffic controllers. Another controller, Juan de la Corte, received a contact signal from the mystery plane. "Where are we? What the hell is going on?" the pilot of the airplane asked de la Corte. "We are Pan American Airways Flight 914 from New York to Miami with a crew of 4 and 57 passengers." This incredible announcement stunned the controllers in the tower. Trying to maintain some control over the situation, de la Corte began to ask the pilot questions. He carefully inquired as to whether the pilot had experienced any trouble on his flight, and he was clearly off course, having flown in the opposite direction by some 1,800 kilometers. "Are you Mayday? Are you in trouble?" de la Corte asked the pilot, but there was no immediate response. Then the pilot said that he was scheduled to land at Miami International Airport at 9:55 a.m. on July 2, 1955. Then he told de la Corte that something wasn't right with the scenery in front of him. De la Corte broke the news to the pilot as carefully as he could. "Captain, this is Caracas International Airport. The date is May 21st, 1992. The pilot began breathing rapidly. De la Corte told the pilot to remain calm. He had already sent out a ground crew to meet them. As the plane prepared to land, the air traffic control and they were